No man should be wanting to build with women. And here's why. Women were not built to build. Women are not made to build. Women are not made to be a helpmate to a man. And in this day and age, from the oppression of certain beings in regards to their femininity and being overpowered in masculine ways, in patriarchal ways, it's caused this rebellion in femininity. However, the femininity has moved over into masculinity, where women are looking to prove themselves by being more masculine, by being able to do, being able to provide, being able to think and accomplish things. This is all masculine energy, and a lot of women have moved into this energy thinking that I'm equal, I can do the same things you can, and this is how I proclaim my worth. And a lot of people are backing it up. Celebrities are backing it up. People that we see in the media, because the media is so big and so vast, and you know, there's a lot of stuff out there, but mainstream media, people are really buying into the idea that in order for a woman to be worth anything, they've got to put in some work. They've got to put in effort. They've got to meet a certain tax bracket and a certain amount of income, and they've got to prove themselves. And the reality is, women were not made to prove themselves. Women were made to deem what is worthy of. Women were made to assess what is worthy, what is actually worthy to exist here in this realm we call Earth. So I want people to start understanding and really start to transform their mind in regards to this, that I don't have to do anything to be worth anything as a woman. And a lot of men need to really look at themselves deeply, which, you know, most men are resistant to that, but it's a deep issue where you've been conditioned to think that I need to build with you. So there are women who are willing to do this, right? But it only lasts for so long. You know, time goes by and time goes by. And as time passes and as a woman continues to build with you, what I find is once this woman begins to have children and she starts to have babies, that urge to build, it may still be there, but it's gonna start to cause resistance within her body. It's gonna start to cause resistance within her body, to where she's gonna start to change physically in ways that she won't be looking as attractive anymore. She might start gaining weight. She might start, you know, being angry. Like she just won't be as happy as a woman when she has to build or is being put to the standard of having to build with a man. So when men talk about building with a woman, this is usually a younger man, or like a lesser mature man, a man who doesn't really understand what it means to be masculine or in his sacred masculinity, would never ask or would never expect for a woman to build with them, or would never expect for a woman to be their helpmate and help them with things and help them. You know, that's not what we were made for. And I find this trait to be prominent among men who have issues with other men, meaning they don't have a lot of male friends, if any male friends. They have a real distorted ego to where cultivating friendships with other men is like slim to none. So why it's essentially not smart for you to want to build with nothing but women and have women literally be your tank of energy. That's really what it is. It's like women hold this space for energy to be cultivated and replicated. And so what I find a lot of certain men, what I find certain men to be drawn to is the ability to utilize this wealth of energy for themselves, and also at the same time they want to also be looked at this as this masculine or respected force, this person, this masculine man who wants to be respected. And after some time on the woman's part, they will start to notice how this isn't working. Like, I'm being drained. This is draining. And it's almost like these men with this let's build mentality, it's almost like they don't understand how it shows how they're being conditioned to actually think that women don't have any value. I mean, women are doing things today that encourages them to not value themselves, not value their bodies, not value their sexual energy. I mean, there's women who are out here who are just throwing themselves at men, throwing themselves at celebrities, just for, I don't even know what for. It mostly attention, mostly money, whatever the reason. The basis of it is that women are being devalued in such a way that things that are not normal are becoming normalized. Like the idea that I should build with a woman and women should be willing to build with me. But like I said, I find that only lasts so long until the woman has other obligations and other duties, like having a child, having a baby. So then, you know, what type of standards are you going to be holding her to once she has a baby? You're going to be holding her to those same standards of needing to build with you, needing to help you build a business, needing to help you put in work, needing to help you find so-and-so and get in touch with so-and-so and do this for so-and-so. And it's like, those aren't the things that men are supposed to be holding women accountable for. And when men do hold women accountable for stuff like this, it doesn't help the planet's evolution. It doesn't help the Earth's evolution. The Earth needs to evolve. The Earth needs to get better. Things need to get better on this place. And the only way that can happen is through us. So why don't y'all start holding us accountable instead of holding us accountable for creating things for you, like babies and businesses and game plans and all this other stuff. Why don't you hold us accountable to how well we're nurturing ourselves? Why don't you hold us accountable for how well we're nurturing our children? Why don't you hold us accountable for how well we are catering to our children, how well we are nurturing our children, teaching our children? Why don't y'all hold us accountable for, learning how to be in tune with the earth and how to be a natural healer, which is what women naturally are, healers. They're naturally recreational beings. Why don't y'all hold us accountable for that? Why don't y'all hold us accountable for making sure that the earth is in good standing, that the earth is in good well-being? Why are y'all holding us accountable for doing what y'all are supposed to be doing? You know, there's one example of a situation where, you know, and this made me think of so many other situations when it comes to the way certain men will dish off responsibility onto a woman's psyche, onto a woman's energy. Like, if you're out somewhere, you know, there's been cases where women have been out places and say, like, you know, a police officer is harassing them or whatever. You know, the woman will step in. The woman will step in on behalf of the man because the man is like scared. It's like situations like that in society where these women who are convinced that they need to build with men, they will step in as if they're the protector of their man. And it's like, ain't he supposed to be doing that for you? Like, why would you put yourself on the front lines? Why would you put yourself on the front lines? He is fully capable, and I think a lot of women with that building mindset, they think that their men aren't capable of executing, of doing the things that they need to, of building, of executing their own plans, executing their own ideas. I don't think that y'all really feel like these men are capable, because they are. But they won't be if you enable them. They won't be capable if you do what they're supposed to be doing for them. When women have children, like, that's it. All of that, you know, once she moves into her full femininity, which I feel happens when she starts to conceive and when she starts to bear children, then that's no longer the time for you to start expecting for her to help you with stuff or be the main one doing stuff, unless, you know, that's something that she really wants to do. But I will say also with that, most women who do that have a controlling like energy. And I'm talking on all of this from experience. Okay, most women who step in and who are like eager to have their hand in the mix is women who have this really controlling energy to where she don't really trust you to be able to do what she wants, or to manifest the vision she wants to manifest and things like that. So when women are like being put all this responsibility, so much of the responsibility, they running the business, they taking care of the children, they taking care of all this stuff. And I really have to ask myself sometimes when I see these situations, it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all really doing? Like, how much of yourself have you actually cultivated, and are you actually putting forth to where you need all these women to feed off of in order to build something? Or, you know, even just one. For the most part, it doesn't make any sense to want to build with women, because at some point, that woman is not going to want to build with you. She's going to want you to build for her. Period. You look at any evolved woman in life who's actually what you would consider successful. I don't see them building with no man. I don't see them building with no man. They are allowing that man to serve them. They are allowing that man to do whatever it is that he is capable of doing in her life. And once he does those things, or, you know, proves whatever it is that she sees as worthy in her life, she's still not gonna build with him. You know, he's just gonna enjoy the luxury of bathing in her essence. And that's something that we gotta start as women putting a lot more value on. Putting a lot more value on. The reason the earth and things are the way that it is because of a lot of things, but I'm gonna just start with the womb that it comes from, the feminine energy that it sprouts from. So for how long are you going to continue to think that you need to build, that you need to listen to all of these, you know, Jedi mind tricks, all of these manipulations that these men have? You know, I've seen it and I've heard it, and they genuinely feel like their dingling is valuable. And so in the back of their minds, they're thinking at some point she's gonna, you know, soak up everything I'm saying to her, or soak up everything that, all my ideals, or all of my this, all of my that. And women who need validation, women who are insecure, women who don't see themselves as a prize, they will fall for it. Because believe it or not, we live in a society where men literally feel entitled to you, to your body. They feel entitled. They feel entitled. And the only way they're going to understand that and see the general status quo for the body and the energy of a woman is if you change the way that you deal and change what you accept from a man. No man should be in your life right now having access to your body, having access to your energy, having access to anything about you if he's not willing to invest and build for you in any kind of way, whether that be emotional building, financial building, whatever he has to offer you. He better be offering it up. And if he don't want to do that, then you know where his mind is and you know his intentions. So you can avoid a lot of situations. You can avoid a lot of, you can avoid a lot of that by holding back emotionally investing, okay? Don't emotionally invest. Don't emotionally invest in somebody that has not invested at all into you, invested anything into you. Save that for marriage, and once you have everything that you want, okay, then you can emotionally invest. Then you can, really sit in and say, okay, I trust. Until then, and this is just the nature of it. This is just the nature of it in the day and age that we live in. You have to set clear boundaries, and you have to demand what you want. You have to demand what you want. You have to demand it, because if you don't demand it, you're not going to get it. Nobody's going to respect you if you don't demand respect. And that's something, again, I had to learn from experience. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out the links that I have below. And I will catch you all in the next video. So, men, stop expecting women to build with you unless you are just a straight up user and you like to use women and suck the energy and life out of women until you can move on and go to the next woman, because that's usually what happens, what I've seen in older men and men who are finding themselves, stop doing that. It's not cool, you know. Don't get with a woman until you have a plan for yourself, for your life. Don't get with a woman until you have a plan. Okay, I'm not even going to say until you have X amount of X amount of X. No, just have a vision and a plan for your life, for any potential children, any potential creations, you know. You be the one with the backup. You be the one with the grounds. Okay, nobody should have to be building a foundation and walls and a house for you. A woman should not be expected to build the house that the man is supposed to build for the family. That's crazy. So, anyway, I'll end on that.